Well, first of all, Silvia, good morning to everybody, and thank you for having me on your program. BME Easy Access, it's a new way of taking companies public in the stock market. The IPO process hasn't really changed for the good part of 40 years, and the market is a lot more volatile these days. As you said, Spain is going to be a pioneer on this process worldwide, and we've been working very closely with the regulator, Spanish CNBC, for the past several months. We've done a market sounding, and we think it's going to be very well received by the market, all the participants. And in essence, what the new listing segment does is it decouples the process of filing the prospectus with the regulator from the moment you have to go to the market to achieve the minimum free float, which, as you know, post the EU listing act is going to go down from 25% to 10%. So essentially, you do all the work. You're technically listed with no free float whatsoever, and you choose the best moment in the market over a period of 18 months to achieve that minimum 10% free float. The segment is not for everybody. It's going to be for companies that have a valuation of 500 million, and it's going to be not going to be for every investor. You need to be an institutional investor to be able to participate in this segment.
But even for institutional investors, I'm struggling to understand how this is going to work for them, because they need the certainty. They need to know the price. Explain to us how this works from an investment perspective.
So as an investor, you can participate. The product is very flexible. You can participate as a pre-IPO anchor investor. You're going to get a valuation. Valuation only says at the beginning that you qualify for the segment. And then you're going to choose as a company the best time to participate in the market in 18 months. You are going to be allowing blocks to happen in the interim process, but it's likely that what you're going to do or you're going to see is companies achieving that free float of 10% in one go. But we want to provide maximum flexibility for market participants to come in at the right time. And if the company chooses to sell a 1% stake in the interim process, we absolutely want to let them do that.
It just seems that you are giving more power ultimately to the company choosing to list rather than to the investment community. Is that a fair assessment?
I think it is fair. We do need to change the process. As you said at the beginning, it's the sluggish IPO process. We actually had a good start of the year. We had a listing in Switzerland with Viaversis. We had HVX in Spain. We had the two biggest IPOs in our home markets in Spain and Switzerland in 2024. But there's a lot more that needs to be done to get the supply of capital easier into the market.
I would also like to understand what sort of pipeline do you have coming forward? Now, with the announcement of the Easy Access, do you expect a flare of new listings to take place? Which sectors? What can you tell us from what's likely to happen next?
Well, obviously, as you can imagine, I cannot comment on future pipeline. What I can say, though, it's the IBEX is at the highest level for the past 17 years. So we seem to have gone through the hurdles of the tariffs that were announced at the beginning of April. There was a pipeline of companies that wanted to come into the market prior to that. We are aware of some of those resuming conversations, and we do expect, as you say, BME Access to be an enhancement of for companies that choose to list.